Thank you, Zelly Smirnoff, Ernie Watson, and the orchestra. Behind the Mic salutes a program you love. We in radio believe that radio has a tradition of which it can well be proud. A tradition of good programs that linger fondly in our memory. And so each week we bring you a star or a part of a program you used to hear, a program you loved. This afternoon we salute Harbor Lights, a half-hour series of dramatic tales of the sea. It started sailing the airwaves in the spring of 1930 and ran until 1933. This afternoon, Behind the Mic recreates an episode from Harbor Lights, especially condensed for this program by its author, Burr Cook, and starring Edwin Whitney, the original Captain Jimmy Norton. Harbor Lights.
The harbor lights are beckoning. Once again, we're ready to go aboard the old New York ferry boat, where we'll meet white-haired Captain Jimmy Norton and his young friend Joe, and hear another of Captain's stories of the days of the clipper ships and high adventure. All aboard!
Captain Jimmy Norton.
Well, howdy, Joe. Back aboard the old ferry boat for another yarn, eh?
Tonight, remember, you promised to tell the story of the two old friends, Peter Gassett and Seth Lewis, and the time that you were stuck in the Sargasso weeds.
Aye, that's right, Joe. The story of Peter Gassett, who made a sacrifice to friendship and to one of the oldest superstitions of the sea. I was the first mate of the Lucy Berry, big three-masted schooner out of Boston. Captain was Seth Lewis. So we'd made a record run to Rio and was clearing again for Boston when Peter Gassett come into the sea.
Well, just who was Peter Gassett, Captain?
Well, Peter was an old beachcomber down at Rio, but he'd been a seafaring man in his day. But I recollect I was with Captain Lewis in the shipping office of the Rock and Wreck the afternoon that Peter came in. He was a wreck of a man. Shabby clothes and dirty gray beard. His watery eyes gazing across at Captain Lewis with a half-scared look in them. Well, for a second, he stood fiddling with his cap.
I don't know if you remember me, Seth Lewis. Peter Gassett, that was shipmate with you years ago, right or right?
Aye. I remember you, Peter Gassett. I had cause to remember you.
I was thinking maybe you'd forget your feeling again, me Seth. Being 'twas so long ago, and we was friends once.
Why did you come here?
I'd like to ship back to Boston, Seth, back home. I'm an old man, but still fit to stand watch or man the wheel.
Well, the crew's filled and no room for supercargo.
Can't you take pity on an old beach rat, Seth? I've done a heap of paying for being the man I was. And I got a daughter back home in New Bedford, Carol. I'd like to see her again before it's too late.
Can you make room for an extra hand, Mr. Norton?
Maybe on the port watch, sir. Baldy the Duke's not overfit.
Very well. I'll take you, Peter.
God bless you, Seth.
Sign with Mr. Norton here. We weigh anchor at sundown.
Aye, sir. If you'd forgive me, Seth, in the bargain.
Don't bear on that score, Peter. Go and sign up. I'll take you home.
So we put to sea, Joe. But off Cape St. Roque, a whole gale hit us and drove us far to the eastward and then laid us up. One hot, sultry evening without so much as a ripple to mark her going.
And you were becalmed in the dread Sargasso Sea?
I'm motionless as a statue. And there we lay, while 1 week went by and another and another. And by the end of the 4th week, the crew was ugly and mutinous, sick with scurvy, and a sort of blindness had come over them.
And Peter Gassett?
Each night a change of watch, old Peter'd heave his spare limbs to the toggle and forecastle, and spin wild yarns and croak his shanties to try and make 'em forget. Then one evening, a bunch of the men staggered aft, and Baldy LeDuc stepped out ahead of them.
We've had enough of it, Captain Seth Lewis.
Yes, we have. Fed up with it. What's in your rattle plates now?
Aye. The sea wants us. One of us. Or it'll take all of us. Someone's got to go. And we picked the one.
A lot of seamen talking witch magic, eh?
Aye. Call it superstition or whatever you like. We picked the one to go. It's you, Captain Seth Lewis.
That's what it is, you.
What is this, mutiny? Get back there!
Aye, we'll get you.
No, it's me, eh? Well, hark to this. There's lead enough in these pistols to rest 2 slugs apiece in your bellies. And now, go forward, where you belong.
Aye. You'll take a chance with him. And it'll be tonight at midnight. We'll put an end to him.
We'll take the cabin on 2 sides, Baldy. Me and 6 men to port, and you and the rest to starboard. Hey, you spindly lot of ghosts. Up on the forecastle deck here, and I'll serve you another yarn.
Aye, spin away, old-timer.
It's your voice, Baldy, by the foremast?
Aye.
Aye, we're all here in the dock. Spin your yarn, Pop. This is the last yarn I'll tell you. It happened the summer of '84, when the trawler Frobisher was lost in the North Atlantic. Her sticks ripped out, all right? And all hands lost but the 2 of them. 2 friends in a dory, 2 men in a boat, and a gal back home they both loved.
Aye, get on with it.
That 4th morning was the worst. The dory scudding the crest like a scared petrel, and the gale a blowing and a whistling and a whining.
Well, I don't reckon Carol Adams will see either of us again.
I ain't giving up yet, all right. Look out, Seth, here comes the big one.
You all right, Peter?
Aye, still hanging on, Seth.
Carol was to give her answer to us, coming back from this cruise. Funny, eh? 200 miles to a landfall and 1 biscuit and 2 drinks of water left between us. Let's take it now. Let's take it now.
Leave it alone, Seth.
See? The water. It's gone. You.
Aye, me. I couldn't help it. I was dying of thirst. And I'm going to live to see her all right, because I love her. I love Carol Adams more than you do. And I won't die. I won't die.
So that's your yarn, old-timer. A low-bellied skunk stealing his dory mate's water.
Aye, that's what he was. For that's a law of the sea no man's a right to break.
And did they get ashore, Pop?
Aye, nearer dead than alive. And Carol Adams chose the man you call a skunk. But he was branded with his shame, exiled and forgotten 25 years ago. Hey, 'tis the last yarn I'll spin you.
Gone daft, man.
A Yankee sloop came down the river. Rolling John. Oh, what do you think that sloop had in her? Rolling John. A monkey's hides and bullock's liver. Dead men's bones that'll make you shiver.
Peter! Peter Gassett! Where are you?
Hey, men, feel it. There's a breeze stirring, men.
Oh, the wind's coming. The calm is over.
Oh, hands on deck. Stand with the gas.
Where the beat it! Square away!
Men, we're moving! We're moving! Come! The wind's come! We're free! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho!
Mr. Norton.
Where's Peter Gassett?
We can't find hide nor hat of him, sir. But I just found this note pinned to his bunk. It's for you, Captain.
Well, let's have it. What's this? My last word to you, Seth. I've squared accounts. If you see my daughter Carol, when you get back home, tell her you knew her dad. And he was an honest, seafaring man. Goodbye, and God bless you. Peter Gassett.
And that's the story, Joe.
You mean Peter Gassett jumped overboard in the dark? The human victim that set the rest of you free?
Hey, that's what he did, son.
Oh, but you don't think his throwing himself overboard had anything to do with the wind coming up just then?
Well, I was never a superstitious cuss myself, Joe, but who knows? Now I see we're coming in, so up forward with you.
Okay, thanks for the yarn, Captain Jimmy. Good night.
Good night, Joe. Take care of yourself.
And so the harbor lights fade out. The mists of memory close around the figure of old Captain Jimmy Norton, and we return once more to everyday scenes.
You will be interested to know that Ed Whitney, who played Captain Jimmy Norton, is the man who directs this program. Be sure to listen next week when Behind the Mic will bring you another type of audition. Singers trying out for a sustaining spot on the NBC network. A salute to an old favorite, Cook's Travel Talks. A human interest story behind Death Valley Days program. And more of the glamour, the tragedy, and the comedy that are found behind the mic. This is Graham McNamee speaking. Good afternoon, all.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.